Titans issue 8. Dan Abnett writing and Rhett Booth back on art.
Ugh.
So, anyway, it's not that bad.
I know it's not
Not
that
that good though
bad.
either.
It's not that it's that bad. It's just like we finally got someone else on like
I
last
know.
issue. It's like, oh, that was so good, and then this just feels like such a return to disappointment.
That said, though, I really like this issue because it was much like a book I'm going to talk about later. I love that it was like mostly a downbeat issue where it was them between big things happening. It was them in the tower. We had them all in different pairs, having their own scenes, doing their own everyday things. It was really good. Obviously, the main focus of the issue is Bumblebee and Herald go to is it Meta Solutions is the name of the company, and they're going there to sort of find out about Bumblebee's powers and what's going on with that. And Herald reveals that he actually got rid of his. They took his away by his request, and that's sort of going
Never
on.
do.
Yeah.
Never do that. That's always a setup for the bad guys.
It is,
As soon
isn't
as
it?
he said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but
This is Hive.
then he sees Goliath just casually strolling around, flirting with secretaries.
Mammoth.
Mammoth.
Oh, Mammoth. Sorry, yeah, Goliath. Who's Goliath?
Gotcha. It's a Marvel character. Don't worry about it, though.
Where did I get Goliath from?
Oh, because they're both big. It's, they're synonyms.
Probably. Okay, fine.
But it's Mammoth.
Mammoth. Yeah, he sees Mammoth walking around and he freaks out and Lilith hears him, like through psychically. He's screaming so loud in his head that she can hear him. So the Titans show up and they go in and we see that it's actually the Fearsome Five that are running this place.
Yeah. Which, they did give away that the guy that runs Meta Solution is Simon. And that's who's talking to Bumblebee. And at the end, we get that reveal.
Joe, it's funny.
That
It's funny that you mentioned that Action Comics was this issue this week was the most related to Lois and Clark because this is the one of Titans that's the most related to Titans Hunt.
Titans Hunt.
Yeah, and it is starting to feel like those are essential readings for their respective runs.
Keystones.
Yeah.
Not like the city, but like the actual.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool, and obviously at the end we see Bumblebee's. She's not in her final suit, but she's in like their nano. Nano.
It's black and yellow, so it counts.
Yeah, it's close.
Well,
enough.
it's Hive. Like I just know from reading comics for years, like that color scheme, the Fatal Five or Fearsome Five, are all involves Hive.
No, Matt's just picking his own words for for things.
Yeah. Well, Fatal Five is a Legion thing, so I just misspoke. But
Yeah.
At least he's in the right company.
Shut up. So that was all fun. It ends off obviously. Bumblebee doesn't realize there's a problem because the tease text for the next issue says the Fearsome Six maybe as if she's maybe going to be on their side at first. Question mark? Yeah. So that should be fun. But no, I liked all that stuff. My favourite stuff though, as much as I'm liking the building up Bumblebee, although calling the issue to be or not to be with puns.
Genius move. I approve of that.
I'm 50-50 on it. Yeah, but my favourite stuff though was the day-to-day sort of day in the life. Dick talking to Wally about Linda, and Donna talking about her past, and she brings out that she's a photographer, which is one of her old character traits that hasn't been mentioned in a while, which is pretty cool. And then Lilith and Garth are sort of training. And just I like all this. This is what I like about the Titans, and I like the group dynamics. Wally talking about Superman's advice and Dick kind of joking, well, if Batman gave me advice, it'd be ignore all romantic possibilities and focus on your chi.
It's
don't mind Catwoman or Talia,
Hey, if someone shows up in a skin-tight cat suit, then it's time to focus less on your chi and more on the cat suit.
Well, you start focusing your chi into other areas, right?
Hey, Catwoman, can I enter your Batcave? I'll stop now.
That was awful.
As you should. It makes it sound way worse than it should.
To get back onto something on this issue,
I'm sure there's a Batpole pun I can make as well somewhere, but I'm going to leave. Connor, continue. What were you going to say?
I was saying that as much as the stay in the life stuff is by far the best part of the issue, it's the interesting stuff, the character beats. It's also the part that highlights Booth being back the most. Because he just can't handle them anywhere near as well as he can action scenes.
He's better yet doing action than he is doing the conversation stuff, but it's not.
Proportions is what drives me the most nuts. Is like arms are like 4 times the length that they should be, and
that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Well, that's how I'm reading it. But,
Maybe that's why Booth
drove
should.
me nuts.
Maybe that's why Booth should be drawing the Batman 6 issues if appendages are looking for 4 times longer than they should be.
I'm just, this goes all the way back to his Titans work I read and his Nightwing, and his Nightwing was the easiest one to stomach for me because I felt like
so much it was, so much it was in motion and there was a lot of action there.
Same with his Flash, but like Connor's saying, when it's not in motion, it just really stands out and looks 90s-esque in the worst way to me.
Yeah.
But I think this book's really found its footing now after the first arc. But this in the last issue, them being in the tower, them hanging out, them doing new plots, and like Bumblebee coming in, it's really finding its stride for me. Obviously, art is an issue, but it's not terrible either.
No, it's not a deal breaker
at best.
I'd say it's pretty good during the action, but then when you get to the other stuff,
when the important stuff.
No, this is 50-50. It's all important.
Nah, this is more important. The action's just action.
In a comic book, action's not important. Superheroes.
Well, no, that's my point. It's a kind of course there's going to be action. That's fine, but the important stuff is the character stuff that sets it apart as to what it is on its own. As what is this comic? Why am I here? If it's just action, I can get it in any other comic.
Yeah, but you want a balance.
Sure. My point is though is that you shouldn't be coming to read this just for the action. My point is just that the art isn't always bad.
I'm being harsh just because I'm disappointed after the last issue. But fine.
Yeah. That's fine.
The reason why I think you should read it is because you care about the characters and the writing's pretty good. That's why I think you should read it.
Yeah, definitely.
So.